Hey, how you all going? It's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here with crank.com and with that metal station. And today I'm getting to have a chat with vocalist Andry Lagiou from the Harps. And I've seen that she has also joined with Mike LePond, her bandmate from the Harps. And you're with Mike LePond's Solid Assassins as well now?
Exactly.
And you were also in The Voice, I think 2017, The Voice Greece as well?
Yes, I was on that TV show. Yeah, it was a blast.
And you've got some amazing covers out there. So thank you very much for joining me for a chat.
Thank you too. My pleasure.
You have an amazing voice, Andry. How did you first start singing and get into vocal work?
Actually, when I was 4 years old, I started singing, but I realized I had a special talent when I was 9, because I could really hit those notes, and my voice was very loud with a lot of distortion, and you know, I could use with different techniques without knowing what it is exactly. But then I found out what it is, you know, knowledge, and I started playing guitar, learning how to play electric guitar. And you know, I'm just expanding, you know, I'm learning new things every day.
Yeah, well, I've seen in a few of your clips playing guitar as well, so it must be good learning that side of things as well.
Yeah, it needs a lot of time to learn an instrument, you know. It's not when you're a vocalist, you know, it needs a lot of time to dedicate to an instrument, but you know, it's fun because I write my songs with my guitar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could sit at home there with your guitar and it's just you and the guitar working out songs and music.
Yes, knowledge gave me the opportunity to know how to orchestrate, how to write songs, and how to combine things and sounds, and a little bit of sound engineering, you know. I think a musician nowadays needs to know a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So what kind of music were you getting into back then when you were earlier, you know what I mean, from when you were starting to pick up guitar and you were singing? What kind of music was going through your house?
Actually, when I was younger, but right now too, I listen to all genre. I don't mind. I mean, I can listen to R&B, Latin, dance, chill out, because you know, I kind of write every type of music, you know, as a job. But back then, I would say more classic rock, Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin, Led Zeppelin, you know, because my guitar teacher, he used to have a band and he hired me as a singer. So the whole playlist was classic rock, only Rory Gallagher, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I was playing a lot. I played a lot of classic rock in my life.
Yeah, I think we all have played a lot of classic rock in our life. I know I have as well. How did that progression go from you singing, playing guitar to into the Harps there? I think it was, what, 2012, was it, you formed that band?
Yes, actually, I started my project because I really wanted to get my songs out. And, you know, back then I was really connected to the band, but it didn't work out eventually. So I needed to I always find new players, you know, when something's it's not going very well. So that's life. And yeah, it was back in 2012 when I first wrote Vulnerably in Love, you know, just a dreamy ballad. I used to be very sensitive back then, but right now I think I'm more of a powerful witch, I would say.
Yeah, you're getting that real power metal vibes going as well, especially with the latest track, the Mistress of the Night there. Can I ask though, how did the meeting of Mike LePond, because it kind of seems to have been a meeting of musical minds as well there. Can you tell me how that kind of happened?
Mike and I first met on Facebook. It might seem crazy, but it is. We were friends on Facebook, and he texted me like, "Are you a singer?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" You know, what do you want from my life? Yeah, it was kind of funny because, you know, I was very strict in the beginning with him. I didn't know who he was. And he was like, "Do you need a bassist?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do," without knowing how he plays or what. You know, it's just, you know, some divine source come and say, "Hey, take the bassist," you know? And he told me, "Hey, I'm the bassist of Symphony X." And I'm like, you know, back then in 2014, I've heard some songs of Symphony X, not all of them, definitely, but I couldn't believe him. So I asked him a real video chat. And I was like, okay, I was comparing the picture with his face. He was like, yeah, okay, he's sorry.
It's like to make sure he was legit.
Yes, and since then we're inseparable. We're playing together. He plays on the harps. I play whatever he wants me to, and we're okay.
Yeah, can you tell me a little bit about the latest single as well, Mistress of the Night, and tell me a little bit about what that track means for you?
I'll tell you the backstory too, because a lot of people
please.
don't know. It was Mike when he first came here with Roth the Boss and Kenny Earl, the ex-drummer of Manowar. And we were at the hotel, talking and stuff. And we were at the rooftop. And Kenny, he was like showing me the view. He was like, hey, Andrew, come and see. And he was very disappointed about music and life. And I told him to cheer up, that I'm right here and don't give up. And I told him, if you give up, so I'll give up. It was kind of, and he told me, no, Andrew, you cannot give up. You're the mistress of the night. And, when I got back home, I wrote that song. That seems weird.
That's a really cool story behind it for sure.
Yes, the bad news is that he gave up. So I was trying to cheer him up to say, hey, we can play together, we can do stuff, but it dragged him a little bit down, and I'm so sorry for that. But not all people have the power and the strength to keep going. But I wish him all the best, and I thank him for that inspiration, because people call me sometimes the mistress, the witch, the I don't know, sometimes the hot bitch, whatever.
Yeah, well, the music industry is a funny old thing, and probably you were making music as well before, but I suppose that appearance on The Voice as well, and that YouTube videos that come from that, and then onto your covers as well, kind of garnered you a lot more ears than you had before.
Yeah, I'll explain that. First of all, the mistress is all about the discrimination between men and women, especially for me in the music business, because it's very hard to get as a woman, because every time I get, I get hit on, I get belittled, I had a lot of bad experiences. So I'm trying to push forward the message that a woman can do it, being beautiful, being talented, being everything that she wants to be. And I'm kind of like Christina Aguilera perception, she's trying to do the same thing. So I really love her, by the way. So yeah, but I do that into the metal scene, in the metal industry. You don't see a lot of powerful women. It's just because I don't know if men are afraid of that in the end, because it's a male dominated scene. And they won't let women to enter that easily. You need to prove a lot of stuff, you need to do a lot of stuff, or be fucking famous to do it. And this was a lash out. I lashed out with that video, with the punishment scene and all that shit, because there's no other way, to survive. It's like, this is life. And as far as concerned The Voice, now that you mentioned, things were not that easy I got the respect from people. I got the respect from famous musicians like Glenn Hughes texted me, and Billy Sheehan and Jeff Loomis, and a bunch of people, Walter Trout, Grammy winner. But in the end, it's all about what you can do with your own powers. Even though I went viral worldwide, and a lot of people know who I am. I'm on the best blinds ever in rock history, so that's very honor for me. But yeah, The Voice gave me a ticket. That's true, because it's TV. Like TV shows are always like that.
Yeah, and it's as you were talking before, I do want to touch on that point about the industry, and I'm glad things are changing, but they're changing a little slow at times, and we need more people like you and women speaking up in the scene. Because another thing that I also hate, as you were mentioned about females in the music industry, a thing that I will never do, and that I really makes my skin crawl every time when I hear and I see other media journalists doing it, is that label female fronted metal bands. And I understand why they originally done it to begin with, but for me, I hate that phrase as well. How do you feel about all that?
Exactly. I hate it. Well, we should say like male scene, male musician. Well, you're a male. Why do you call me a female? I know what I am. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's what when it comes to the undervaluing part, where everybody thinks like, hey, let's just put her as a front to show people that she's hot, and then we could continue making money. So that's fucking shit, you know.
It is
it's fucking shit.
It is really shit.
Yes, as objects. Like, yeah, I know that we are like the beautiful gender, let's just say, but that doesn't mean anything, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all about the looks in the music industry and not the talent and the voice anymore, but this needs to be changed. I made, you know, a very cool beginning and start to, you know, next video is going to be harder than Mistress. So
that's really good, because I did have a really good chat with Sarah Diva, who was with Cradle of Filth, and she's done a whole lot of other stuff. She's in Torn Between Two Worlds, and we actually had that conversation about her being the female vocalist and being pushed back because, you know, she wasn't the pretty girl of the band and things like that as well. And she felt like it really impacted her career over the years as well. And she's an amazing vocalist, and she's done some really great things. And it's sad when you hear stories like that as well, from the discrimination and some of the bias that female artists have come up against. Some people probably don't even realize or stick their head in the sand about.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't know if you realized it, but 70% of women are going into pop, into other genres. They did not even play rock and metal anymore, because I think that there's a huge X in the entrance when you're trying to do stuff, you know, in the metal scene. Hey, that's men's sports, that's football, that's beer, football, and metal. That's only for men, it's not for you, you know. But yeah, back in the day, it wasn't like that, you know. If you remember Woodstock, well, I don't, because I wasn't born, but
it was on.
I don't remember that thing, you know. They have described it perfectly though. You know, it was just a mix of people playing without saying, hey, you're a female, hey, you're a male, hey, you're a transgender, you're fucking gay, you're this and that, you know. Like Rob Halford, for example, is gay, but no one mentions it because it's Rob Halford, you know. But when you are a pretty girl and you sing and you do this and that, well, you're actually have the label of a whore. Yeah. So I dedicated my life to change that shit. And I don't know how far I can go, you know. I mean, I'm very provocative. I was on the newspaper. I spoke out loud. I gave interviews, all of that. And it's a very common topic, and it affects my career, my income, my everything. And not only for me, but for other women too.
Yeah, it does, and it really does affect your income. And what also affects the income at the moment is streaming services at the moment. I know everyone likes to get on there and listen to music, but for me, it's all about buying from the bands or the band site. Get over to, you know, and buy directly from the bands or the label they're working with as well. Like, yeah, I'll listen to albums on Spotify, but if I like them and I want to support the band, I know that buying merch and buying physicals really does help the scene, not just listening to it on Spotify.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. We kind of live in a fake world, you know. I have my fun. I have my people. I have the respect. And I'm not going to say, you know, lies that, I have, you know, how many thousands behind me to, you know, like everybody else does. But, well, after all those years, this is my city. So I'm very happy and glad that I found a very, you know, cool person to put it out, you know, without asking.
Stuff.
Yes, it's about, you know, to find the right people who believes in you, and everything else is just shit. You cannot, you know, you cannot pay to do all this stuff unless you're a fucking rich person, you know. You know, you just spread money, you know, people are not like that in majority, you know.
Yeah, what was it like making that album? That one was your first album that you made under the Harps as well.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's Love Strikes Dogs.
Yeah.
That's yes, and well, here Mike must be there too. Let's see. I'm gonna ruin it. Okay.
There we go. Nice.
We're here.
Cool. Where's the best
And
place people can? Where's the best place people can get
Yeah.
over and buy the copy, buy the CD as well?
Yeah. You know, it took me a lot of years to make that happen because everybody else in the business, even though I spent a lot of money on that CD, you know, to make, it was very hard because I was going to the studio at 12 at night to record because I didn't have that much money to make it happen. And when I finally did, I was out in the streets screaming like, "Hey, I did it!" You know? And then and then I was trying to find a label. It was too hard because no one wanted to sign me. You know, they didn't know who I was. And yes, but now, after all those years, you know, I finished that album in 2016. I put it out digitally 2017, and now it's on hard copies right here, you know, for the world. It's also at Walmart and, you know, every place in the world, and that's very cool. And I'm looking forward to the next ones because we have singles, we have more albums, and you know.
Yeah. Well, the next album, I do believe, is it Skies? Is that the next album you're working on?
Yeah, and it was like, it's like the most difficult one that I've ever done, the most expensive, so many performances, so much work, and you know, I'm just, you know, my mind is getting burned every time I try to write a song. I have members from well, Mike's always there. Corbin Bath from Legion Rock, the keyboard player, played on 7-8 songs, I guess. And well, Stefan Platt from UK is a very good guitar player. Brian May admires him, by the way. I think that he's incredible, an incredible guitar player, you know. And you know, and here with my sound engineer and my studios, it's mixed by, well, Mistress is mixed by Mike Exeter, producer of Sabbath and Priest. And the next ones, Skies, is mixed by Jay Raston. He did a lot of work with Anthrax and Sons of Apollo, Diana Ross. How many bands? I don't know. Thousands of bands.
A lot of bands. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of acts. And I have 2 more songs mixed by Black Bill Metoyer from Slayer. He mixed and produced Slayer albums. So yeah, well, my style is different. It's not Slayer. You know, I'm more like blues, oriental, metal. You know, I kind of mix stuff all the time because this is what I like. I'm versatile, so I don't want to get bored when I'm on stage. So yeah, and that's pretty much so far. And the next video is going to come out soon, named Skies.
Yeah, awesome. I look forward to that. So what was that whole process like? Have you recorded that already, or are you still slowly recording that and working on that as you're going forward?
The whole album?
Yeah, have you done it yet, or what's the
I have done it, but I'm waiting for some songs to be mixed. Okay. And plus, yeah, I need to combine some stuff to put it on the line, you know, and you know, to make the story again, because you know, it takes time to do good things. I think, you know, I'm not gonna put an album out just because someone says, you know, when it's ready and when it's ready to go out, it will be out, you know. I don't put deadline. Yeah, you got to do it now because, you know, people's waiting. Oh, they can wait more.
That's
the guy that painted Mona Lisa took him 6 years, you know. That's why you know Mona Lisa.
Yeah, and it's kind of good to wait as well, as we're talking before people get stuck on that streaming cycles. And when you have a tour behind you, you get people going in and buying merch, and you know, you're able to play your music live, and they're able to then go over and buy the albums and buy the merch, things which some people forget to do.
Yeah, exactly. You know, touring is another story. It's like a full other story of that circle. It's the most difficult part, I would say, because back then we used to play and we got paid, and that's our job, you know, and it still is my job here. But right now, in order to get opportunities, you need to pay to play. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to work, I'm going to perform, I'm going to buy new clothes. God damn shit, I'm going to buy stuff, and I need to pay also. And I'm like, nah, that's not fair.
Yeah. And did I see somewhere, I think I read somewhere, it might have been up on your Facebook page there, you were doing something for a movie or musical for a movie or something like that as well?
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, I didn't tell you that. I'm in a band with Tim Ripper Owens. It's called Pyramid,
Yeah.
and we
Cool.
sing together with him. Like duet. It's progressive metal. Obviously, first album is out in September
Yeah.
from Sleazy Records too. Yeah.
Awesome. What was that like, making that album with Tim?
Actually, I entered the band somewhere in the middle, so I didn't record a lot of songs, but my photo lays there. And I'm gonna be on the next album, we're gonna be, like more on the songs together.
Wow. So you're like super busy, and it must be good to have all these influences, because not only are you doing that Pyramid with Tim Ripper Owens, you're in with Mike LePond and Silent Assassins, and I think they're busy on
Yes, I
some
did.
work as well. And that's a killer band. It must be really fun for you musically to be able to jump into these different acts and really have that broad range of music and not getting stuck into that one genre like you were saying.
You know what? I can adjust myself. The only thing that I cannot do is accepting that someone wants me to be something else. Like, hey, Andrew, can you sing like Barbie, for example? And I'm like, go hire Barbie. Just take the doll, just push the button, and let her sing. What do you say about that? But when someone wants me, to record for him and be myself and explore myself and do my thing there, so it's fun. Yeah, I like it. And I always accept things, when it's fun, when it doesn't have any limits.
Yeah, and
Otherwise, you need to pay me a lot.
yeah, that's it. And you did kind of touch on touring. It must be hard having you all over the place. I know, especially now, nobody's probably going to be touring much internationally through 2021. But have you discussed the possibility of something in 2022? Have you mentioned maybe when things open up again?
Yeah, I've discussed some things with European promoters and managers and some American ones, but it's not sure yet. We don't know. I mean, I cannot give you a final answer.
No.
When the flyer's out, everybody's gonna know. But right now, it's it's all with question mark. Like, yeah, we're gonna do it. How?
Yeah. So what's the local scene like at the moment where you are? Where are you based at the moment? Are shows starting to come back? Because I know over here in Australia, we've had shows starting to come back. We've had some lockdowns recently in Sydney and Melbourne and everywhere, probably but here, but it's slowly starting to come out back in the local scene. Everyone's getting along and going along to these shows and supporting it. How is it in where you are?
Actually, a lot of clubs are permanently closed, so
Oh.
only a few left. There are some live gigs here and there, but only with Greek music. Here we have Greek folk stuff, raining, but like metal scene is not that big here in Greece. It's like small amount of people, and they go into live concerts once in a while. But I don't know about the big ones. If the big ones are going to happen, I don't think so. Because we used to have Rockwave back in 2020. I was supposed to play before Metallica here in Greece, but this never happened, and I lost my shot.
Yeah, that must suck with some of these places permanently closing, as you say, and the Greek metal scene's not overly big. So when these venues close, people aren't going to open up another one in their place, and it does make it harder for local metal bands in that scene.
And they transformed into jam nights, where everybody's going there and play for free and all that shit. And it's hard. It's not, they just, the guys that own places, they want to make money through that, and they don't want to pay musicians anymore. So it's really kind of hard here in Greece. We're a small country. It's not like Los Angeles or Germany or, but, I'm looking forward to move out.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be hard. They're probably clubs are probably the same here. They're more likely to put on USBJs and cover bands, and like you're saying, if those open mic nights and not pay musicians. Musicians should be paid for their time. They're playing shows. I don't, you know.
Exactly. That's the job. I mean, I'm so tired of singing the same old shit over and over. I mean, I've sung Whole Little Love and Burn and all those, and Dio and Megadeth and 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And I just want to play my songs.
Yeah, that would be the most liberating. And yeah, the covers are good. They get people around your music and they go, oh, okay, and let's check Andry out. But it's the original music that you make that must derive the most joy for you as well.
Yeah, and it's a total different feeling, when I'm playing and when I'm on stage, and then all those guys, yell, "Hey, mistress!" That's different because they know who I am and what I do. I don't want to base my career to somebody else's music, and I feel like this is, I don't know, not for me.
Yeah, no, that's it, Andry. This has been an absolute pleasure. Everyone, keep your eyes out for Pyramid. That's coming out later in the year. The Harps have some new music on the way. There's so much music from Andry. She's working with LePond, Silent Assassins. Go out there and get some music. Put it in your stereo. Turn it up really loud. Andry, this has been an absolute pleasure. Really great to meet you. Do you have any last words, shout outs, or thank yous you'd like to add in there?
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure, and we meet again soon.
We will. Thank you very much. You have a lovely evening. Bye-bye. Hey, legends, how the bloody hell are you going? If you like that interview and you want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe. Keeps me doing what I'm doing and make you a bloody legend. Ripper. Too right, mate.